Are you worried about the blind spots in your business or organization? You don't even need to be a funding expert or a grants professional to identify these blind spots. But here are 4 ways that learning the skills are going to help you run your business better and secure the support that you need to grow with ease. Let's go ahead and jump right into today's episode. So Visionary, at this point, we are 1 day away from the Funding Readiness Workshop. It is my free workshop at the bit.ly/funding and freelance community page. It is at 10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. You are going to receive a freebie checklist with the links for everything that you need to have together, some additional pro tips on these documents and these additional paperwork and resources that you are going to need before beginning your application. That way you're not scurrying around the day of. That way you're not waiting for weeks on end for documents from other entities and from other partners. So if you are interested in starting your journey into funding as a freelancer or just as an organization founder or small business owner, this workshop is for you. Again, you can join me at bit.ly/funding and freelance. It is tomorrow, March the 24th at 10 a.m. I will see you there. You do not need to be a grants professional or a funding expert, but by knowing the skills, it will make it so much easier for you to create your programs. It'll make it easier for you to create your budgets and just run your program with so much more ease, because you know that you're running it in a way that is, first of all, organized. Number 2, attractive to investors, attractive to sponsors, to potential funders. So let's go ahead and jump into number 1, and it is you'll have realistic outcome goals. So this is a big blind spot for founders, right? We have these big lofty goals, and I am all for aiming high, right? But on your applications, they will ask you for measurable, attainable goals. What does that mean? Goals that are within your capacity, okay? Goals that are tangible. So while we can't say, my goal is to cure world hunger my cure is to cure hunger in the state of Florida by 2021. Okay, cool. That's not a bad goal. First of all, it's more of a mission, right? But it's not a bad goal to have. How exactly are you going to do that? And that's where you're like crickets, right? Like, it sounds big, it sounds awesome, it sounds like something everybody can get behind, but how exactly are you going to do that? Do you have the team for that? Do you have the partners to help you mobilize that mission? And do you have a clear expectation of, how much of Florida are you going to be covering within the first 6 months in order to get you to that end goal of ending hunger in all of Florida? What are you going to be augmenting that by 5%, by 20% every quarter? How do you know? You have to have realistic outcome goals, okay? Really know exactly how it is that you plan on doing the things that you're doing with the given team that you have, with the given capacity that you have. So do you need additional skills and training? Do you need additional certifications? Do you need additional partners? Really know that. And this is a blind spot that a funding expert can help you with. But again, if you are a nonprofit founder, these are things that you can start looking at as you start filling out your own applications and just kind of shifting your perspective from solely a CEO to being a hands-on CEO. And I do want to tell you that there is a difference in that. There are a lot of people who are just CEOs and only delegate, and that's it. And then there's a CEO that delegates but also understands at a super high level what every department and every group does. So you have to determine what kind of a leader do you want to be. Number 2 kind of feeds off of number 1, and it is your team capacity. What do I mean by that? Well, again, how capable is your team of achieving your goals? Do they need additional training? Is there additional classes that they need to take? Are they just behind on, the digital world? Do they need some computer courses? Do they need up-to-date training on, victim response? Like, what is it exactly that your team needs in order to reach those goals? Because it's not good enough for us to just have volunteers. We need to make sure that we're keeping them up to date. Do you need a better recruitment plan? Is it just that you need more people, right? Knowing your team's capacity is going to help you not only with setting realistic goals, but also when it comes time to the application where they ask you, like, why are you the most capable at doing this? Well, because this is the experience of my team. This is what we've worked on. This is their background, but also these are the additional trainings that we need to get, and maybe that's what you need the funding for. But would you really know that if you didn't acknowledge the current capacity of your team and the needed capacity to secure those funds? Number 3, it's your sustainability plan. All right, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, guys. I talk about this all of the time, but again, it is just the part of the application that so many people get stuck on, and it is the sustainability of your organization or small business. That's great. You have one specialty, right? You have that one thing that you're super good at if you're a small business, and that's awesome, but you need to start looking at ways that you're going to diversify your revenue so that you have longevity, right? As a nonprofit, are you working on creating fundraisers? Are you working on strengthening your donor base? Are you looking at areas outside of just grants to support your business long-term or your nonprofit long-term? So number 3, it is your sustainability plan. Number 4, it is having a clear budget. Okay. I like to super itemize the budget when I'm going through my proposals so that it is very clear. If I'm asking for $5,000, I'm using, $600 towards marketing. I'm using $500 towards hiring a graphic designer for that marketing, right? I'm using whatever the case is. I'm being super duper itemized and super duper specific is the word that I'm really looking for about how it is that I'm going to be using that money. Why? Because we cannot just say, hey, I need $5,000. Can you give it to me? No, what are you going to do with that money? They're going to hold you accountable. Even if it's unrestricted funds, it's going to help you if you understand your budget. It's going to help you if you understand where that money is really going, rather than you just receiving lump sums of money and then it just kind of dispersing everywhere. And then when it comes time to be accountable for that money, you're like, yikes, I have no idea where it went. Maybe it went over here, maybe it went over there. But you can reference your budget and say, you know what, that money was received, and per our management, this is how it was used. Okay. So I'm going to recap these 4 blind spots in your business or organization that you'll be able to make sure you can identify and cover and really develop if you learn funding skills. And that's number 1, you can create better, realistic outcomes. Number 2, you can really understand the capacity of your team and what's needed. Number 3, it's your sustainability plan and diversified revenue. And number 4, it is having a clear budget. Again, visionary, you could take the first step in acquiring these skills by joining me tomorrow at bit.ly/funding and freelance in the free community group. Again, it's a totally free workshop. You're going to leave with freebies and links and tips and resources that are going to help you along your journey to secure funding so your world-changing mission can be 10 times amplified. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and many blessings on you. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Before you go, don't forget to rate, review, and share this podcast with a friend that needs to hear it. See you in next week's episode.